The infamous lion of the Karoo, Sylvester, has been cooped up alone in his electrified enclosure for more than 3 months. The 3-year-old had dozens of people and 6 dogs tracking him by foot, vehicles and by air after his escape. While exploring the neighborhood on his travels, he killed 28 sheep, an Nguni cow and a kudu before being captured 24 days later. His future and fate looked uncertain. But little did he know that he was about to receive an instant new family all the way from Marakele National Park in Limpopo.
We're hoping with the 2 lions from Marakele that they'll form a coalition and then be released back into the park.
The 2 lions from Marakele National Park were in a boma of their own, waiting to be relocated. They were darted and flown down to their new home in the Karoo National Park. It was a tight fit for the pair in the small aircraft, but they landed safely. Lions can weigh up to 250 kilograms. Strong hands and backs were needed to lift the sleeping lions out of the planes and safely onto the vehicles.
The flight went very well. The loading was fine. We got them in the plane, it was a bit tight, but the flight otherwise went fine. The animals stayed asleep, didn't cause us any problems. We had a little bit of a headwind, so that took us a bit longer than expected. So that means we have to keep them asleep for a bit longer.
The arrival of the 2 lions created huge excitement and interest.
They're beautiful. We've got a young male, approximately 3 years old, and a female over here. So we can head out to the park now and join them up with the famous Sylvester.
They were rushed from the airport through the town of Beaufort West to the national park. But before they could be released into the boma, Sylvester had to be darted first.
We've decided to dart him just in case they might get hold of each other. So we decided to dart Sylvester and then bring in the male and female. And they are already tranquilized, and then wake them all 3 up together at the same time.
All 3 will have to be closely monitored.
We've just fitted the one male with a radio or VHF collar. In case he does escape from the boma, then we can track him and find him quickly and put him back again.
The 2 tranquilized Marakele lions were gently offloaded. It was the last opportunity to check their overall health and get them ready before administering the antidote.
We want to collect some blood samples from him. And then once we've done that, he's had his collar put on, and then we'll give him the antidote, which will partly reverse what we've given him. So we expect him still to take a few hours actually to wake up.
As the sun set, the 3 sleepy and still drugged lions were left in the enclosure with something to feast on during the night. In the morning, the 3 lions were up and moving around.
Well, when we drove close to the boma now, Sylvester was probably about 5 meters away from the 2 new lions, but they're still very doped from the tranquilizer, and we've just extended it to 2-3 days just so they can get used to each other. But from the kudu carcass, they've already eaten, the two new animals have already eaten half of the carcass. We'll have to look at their behavior first. When they start feeding together and lying together, then we can see that they are busy bonding. If we open up now, they'll just go into different directions.
The hope is for these 3 to form a new pride. Lions living in small parks often impact prey so badly that the number of species that they eat declines over time. This is because small parks reduce the reason for lions to live in groups. The Karoo National Park currently has 11 lions. It is big enough for another pride, which will also diversify the gene pool. Predation on prey species will also decrease, as one pride catches one prey item a night, instead of several lionesses catching their own food. For the time being, these 3 need to be left alone without too much human interference. Sylvester needs to get to know his new family, and in turn, the 2 Marakele lions need to get used to their new Karoo environment. Linky Bierman, SABC News, Karoo National Park.